Dr. Fate enters the world of Injustice 2 as a magic-wielding, long-range and tricky sorcerer, casting various magical spells to deal with his opponents from a distance. In this video, we'll be taking up the Helm of Fate, explaining some of his key strings and most importantly, what his numerous special attacks bring to the table. Keep in mind that this was recorded on a pre-release version of the game and some things may not be final.
I'll go easy on you.
A poor choice indeed.
Forward 2 up 3 is a meterless mid launcher that allows Fate to start a combo, letting you net a small amount of meterless damage or enabling you to spend 2 bars on an enhanced forward 3. This is also good for converting off air to airs. 112 is an overhead blast that's useful for setting up specials, whereas 113 is good for just sending your opponent full screen. 113 can also be dash cancelled or held so long as you're holding the 3 input. There are 2 strings that start off your back 1 mid. Back 1 down 3-2 is good for knocking your opponent away or juggling in the corner, whereas back 1 down 3 up 3 is a solid ender which sets you up right in your opponent's face. 2-1-1-3 has a few uses. It's a highly damaging combo ender and ends at a good range. 2-1-1 is a hard knockdown and can be special cancelled, letting you sacrifice damage in favour of setup. Back 2 and down 2 both function as anti-airs, however they should be used at different ranges depending on when your opponent jumps in.
The pain of loss burns you. My wife is not your business.
The specials are where Dr. Fate really shines. Down forward 1 is a projectile blast that can only be crouched when the opponent is near you, making this a powerful zoning tool, and the meter burn version will fire 3 shots. Down back 1 fires a displacer orb that moves slowly to occupy space. You can also cancel this before the orb comes out by dashing. Meter burn this to hold the orb in place, enabling you to set up further attacks. Down back 2 fires a Glyph of Osiris, knocking the opponent back with quick recovery. This can be used as an ender to send your opponent away, and is safe on meter burn. This also serves as Dr. Fate's wake up attack. Down forward 2 summons the Breath of Life. This can be placed either in front or behind you, and it will heal Dr. Fate so long as he's standing in it. Handy if you're trying to out-sustain your opponent in a projectile war. Down back 3 lets you summon up to 3 spells of Judgment. These are called one at a time, and you can send them out at your enemy with down forward 3, dealing unavoidable damage on contact and causing an explosion if you place all 3 on your opponent at once. Down 3 locks your opponent out from being able to use nearby environmental attacks, causing a stressful situation for any opponent looking to escape the corner or close in space on you using the environment.
I answer only to the Lords of Order.
Dr. Fate summons Dark Magic as his character power, changing the properties of all of his special moves for a limited time. Down forward 1 deals more damage and increased chip damage. Use the meter burn version of this for a now much more dangerous projectile. Down back 2 becomes the Glyph of Anubis, sending full screen on hit and launching on meter burn. The displacer orb remains the same speed, but will now launch the opponent on hit. Down back 3 will become the spell of Punishment, changing the 3 summons into traps and explodes after a short time. Finally, and interesting to Fate, Dark Magic will now cause Dr. Fate's throw to launch the opponent into the air and allows for a combo.
You have foreseen your death? I have, Atrocitus.
Dr. Fate is effective from long range. Whilst he has up-close options, his toolset is largely catered to keeping your distance. Use this to your advantage and keep your opponent at a range that you can control them. Your character power changes your options dramatically. Glyph of Anubis launching on meter burn gives you access to a launching wake-up attack if Dark Magic is activated, as well as the ability to turn any standing string into a launcher when otherwise your launching options are limited and expensive. Spell of Punishment also gives you the potential setup depending on how your opponent is going to get off the ground, at the very least letting you occupy space and position yourself back where you want to be. Having access to a launching throw is huge for Dr. Fate. Should you find yourself cornered, this will make defending against you a nightmare. With the mix-up being enforced of string or throw, you can keep your opponent in the back foot with the right reads. Dr. Fate is a tricky character, and very rewarding once you get into your groove. Control your space, master these spells, and before you know it, you'll be cleaning house with this powerful sorcerer. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.